Hi, I'm Samantha Heil, Executive Director of Book Fair at Bel-Air, and I'd love to invite you to one of the biggest bookish events in the region. Join us on Saturday, August 8th, 2026 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at APG FCU Arena at Hartford Community College for a free, family-friendly event celebrating books, readers, and community. Book Fair at Bel-Air features more than 110 authors and vendors, best-selling featured authors, kids' activities, face painting, story time, arts and crafts, photo ops, and plenty of fun for readers of all ages. Whether you're a lifelong reader, raising future bookworms, or just looking for a unique day out with the family, there's something for everyone at Book Fair at Bel-Air. Learn more at www.bookfairatbelair.org or follow us on Instagram at Book Fair at Bel-Air. We hope to see you there this August.
Coming to you from the Freedom Federal Credit Union Studios, Hartford County Living presents Conversations with Rich Bennett.
Slow pitch affairs.
I never played softball. It's probably the least sexy part of organizing. That's okay. No. The truth is.
Have you ever found yourself searching for something that could help you feel stronger? Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally too. For some people, that journey starts with a workout. For others, it starts with a challenge they never expected to face. I am joined today by my lovely co-host, Tammie Wingrove. And our guest today, Nicole Valan, discovered that yoga could be both a lifeline and a launching pad. What began as a personal practice during times of health setbacks and physical limitations evolved into a passion that completely transformed her life. From discovering aerial yoga and pushing beyond her own perceived limits to becoming a highly trained instructor and studio owner, Nicole has dedicated herself to helping others find strength, balance, and confidence, both on the mat and in everyday life. As the founder of One Love Mind Body, Nicole has created more than a yoga studio. She's built a welcoming community centered on mindful movement, breath work, self-awareness, and personal growth. Her mission is simple but powerful. Meet people where they are and help them thrive. Did I miss anything there?
No, I think that covers it.
Jeez. Holy cow. I'm not used
That's
to
a lot.
It is. Well, you send me your biography, and then I went on the website, all right, so when you first came in and you told me your story, it's like, oh my God, I wasn't ready for that.
I came in wide awake this morning.
But what blew me away was looking at your website, all the different types of yoga classes you offer and to who, which we'll get into, because like yoga for kids, it's like, huh? And aerial yoga just blows me away too. That's the scarves, right?
Yeah. So some have referred to them lately as a twin bed sheet, but yeah, they're silks.
Silks. That's what I meant. Silks. Scarves are what you wear around your neck.
Around your neck.
They're long silk scarves.
Yeah. So long silk scarves, twin bed sheets. No, I mean, we've heard it all, but it's a different way to move your body. It's a different form of resistance.
Yeah, we'll get into that because if I try to, I'd probably end up hanging myself somehow. Either that or if it's because I end up pulling the ceiling down.
Sounds like we're recording live from the studio one day.
Yeah, right?
Oh, that could be fun. All right, so what is it that got you into yoga?
That's a big question, right? It's like everybody, what's your why? I talk about it, I think, in broad terms in the biography, right? So I was probably 12 years old, 14, and I started having these episodes. They were random. I didn't really have like a lot of understanding why.
Right.
So I could get up in the morning. I couldn't get out of the bed. My muscles just didn't work. I was 12. I was 14. I should be up and out of bed, no problem.
Yeah.
Fast forward to like 18, the problem got worse. The one thing that I was always able to kind of do athletically was yoga. My mom did it from the time I was really small. So she she did videos, she did yoga, she did whatever she could. She was raising me full time. So I think it was whatever she could fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Thank heavens she did, because I found it. I loved it. It's what I would always go back to kind of stretch my body.
As a teenager.
Yeah. And also just not understanding what was happening. And so when I was 18, I started with these acute onset attacks. They basically landed me in Hopkins. So I went through a series of doctors. They were trying to find the right department, the right place to put you. Neurology or a gastrointestinal doctor, liver doctors. It was, I went everywhere.
Holy cow. Almost like it sounds like a lot of people that get, was it fibromyalgia? It's
exactly.
hard to.
Yeah, I can't quite pin it down.
I just had different indicators. Like I had different numbers that would elevate on charts that even at Hopkins they had never seen before.
Wow.
So they would blast off a chart at check-in in the emergency room in triage, and within 48 hours they could regulate the numbers. There were just symptoms and they would change depending on the attack.
Right.
So eventually there was a fellow at Hopkins, and his best case scenario was that I had CPT2 deficiency, which was a genetic metabolic disorder.
All right. So real quick, for those people that don't know, because every time I hear a fellow, I think of the Tracy Morgan sketch from Saturday Night Live. Explain what a fellow is. It's not just a guy.
No, he was doing his rounds or his session in neurology.
Okay.
So each doctor has to do a specific study to see if they like that focus, that specialty. He just happened to be on the neurology floor. And honestly, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't know where I would be, because he kept digging. He kept trying to look at these rare disorders, which at the time there were only 100 cases of mine. So it was, again, best case scenario. They took my case to grand rounds at Hopkins. So I sat in a huge room and listened to all these doctors kind of throw ideas out and tests. I was a test subject.
You were a test dummy.
Mm-hmm.
Not, I mean, well, you like.
No,
you know
in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
I was if I was in the building, there was a doctor in the doorway.
How long was this going on for?
For me, the height of it was when I was fresh out of high school. I had moved to New York to go to musical theater school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it was the kid's dream, You work, you go through high school, you do all these things, and you get released, and no, it stopped dead in its tracks.
No, okay, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. All right, so once you got to Hopkins, once they started all these tests, how long was all of that?
That was 2-3 years of going back and forth. So it was like you're trying to function in between, and each time there was an episode, it would take at least a week and a half to kind of get me back on my feet, literally. And then I would have to rebuild. Rebuild meant just figuring out how to walk in a Target and have the stamina to do it, getting up and getting a shower. And then I would have to take a break.
Were they able to give you anything to help you?
There's no medication. It was then understanding your body and not trying to fight against it. So I guess
that's a good thing too, though, because when they're still trying to figure it out, they could give you the wrong medication and make things worse, or give you something else that you didn't want.
Yeah, and 100%. I mean, we did that. Like they were trying to stop the pain, and they were giving me all sorts of things. They were trying to stop nausea, and I would have reactions. So the other component is now you're trying to separate out if this is setting off the CPT or if this is actually me having an allergic reaction to it. So we went down a windy road for a good period of time. And I mean, the thing is you start to become, not that I would recommend it for anybody, but at like 18 or 19, you start to become an advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
Again, you're struggling because you're not the average 20-year-old. You know, you're not out at bars. You're not going out drinking. Your body can't handle it. I would pay a huge price. So it wasn't until I really started to understand that disorder, and I couldn't fast. I couldn't dehydrate. I can't miss sleep. If I start to do those things, that's where things can go haywire.
How in the hell do you set your mind to because I'm seriously, because I'm thinking that's got to be number one, a lot on your mental health. Anxiety had to be off the charts and probably even depression, and yet you got to sleep. So how can you?
And on top of it, it was the idea, right, that this is maybe what you have.
Yeah.
So
it's nerve-wracking.
Well, you add all those things together, and like, where does that leave anybody? You know what I mean? You're sitting there in a room full of, well, we're just going to go with maybe and see what works. So it really did come down to that. It was trying to see where I could push the threshold, really listening to my body, starting to know, oh, we can't go any further than where we are right now.
Right.
And I would. I mean, my mom, hands down, was so important in the process because we talked about everything. We talked about the possibility of having, like, me having kids and what that would look like with this disorder. No one knew. So it was really only kind of being able to dialogue with my mom back and forth on, okay, here's best case scenario.
Right.
Here's worst case, but here's what we know we can do today. Like, this is what we can control. So from that, it was formulating a plan that kind of worked, and I started to get into a rhythm.
Yeah.
The problem is it's metabolic. So like, as I changed, all of my numbers, all of my charts changed. Right.
And so much is changing because you're a young adult and
exactly
everything is shifting. And how do you convince a young adult to do any of those things and slow down and listen to your body? Because you're in your early 20s, your late teens, and you just want to go hard. And
well, who wants to be different?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I mean, I don't know what person out there, like, raise your hand if you're in a crowd and you want to be the guy that's like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I have to get home and go to bed.
I have to go to sleep now. I can't hang out.
Absolutely. Yeah. Even as adults, it's still hard to take yourself out of that situation and be like, oh no, I've got to get up. It's a learned process. And I didn't really talk about it. Yeah. I mean, until I really started to, like, have my kids, raise my kids, come into the studio, I really wasn't owning what had happened. 3-4 years ago, I was fortunate enough, because I would go back every so many years for research. They established a blood test. So it wasn't until 4 years ago I officially found out that it is, in fact, what I had.
Wow.
It's a long time.
It's a very long time.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for that fellow,
who knows?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we talked about it too. I was lucky in so many ways because I grew up in an area with so many hospitals, different resources. So originally, yes, I was at Union Memorial until Union Memorial was like, oh, you're going to need more.
Right.
It just was a constant evolution of my own body, and having kids changes your makeup, you know, and what your body has happening to it. So you would have certain setbacks. I couldn't really identify them. It would just be me trying to process where I was and keep moving, and then learn as much as I could about whatever was out of line. So for a period of time, my thyroid was an issue, and it was learning as much as I possibly could. And then again, it was running into a doctor. And at one point I was getting really sick. I was having several attacks, and she looked at me and was like, I think we need to talk about gluten. I was like, excuse me, I'm not giving up bread, you know? And she goes, no, I'm being serious. She said, I think if you could just try it. Sure enough, I mean, I don't even know how long it's been. It's probably been like 4 or 5 years. And I have not had gluten.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it made a huge difference. And I'm not saying it's for everyone out there,
Yeah.
but mine definitely correlated with inflammation and anything that would start to slow down how my body processed certain foods. So you do really have to do your own research, and it does take a team. You know, wellness isn't a one-person job.
Right.
I mean, that's the way I look at it. And I don't think, yes, there were days that were hard, but I don't think I ever stopped with the desire of learning. Like, there had to be more. There had to be more information. There had to be a different way. I didn't need to give all these things up. So it was really trying to find people that I could trust, that then I could start kind of picking their brain and asking them what they thought. So yeah, stress is a trigger, fatigue, and I would sometimes call it a perfect storm. Like, I had bronchitis one year. I ended up in the hospital because, well, I can't cough like that.
What?
Yeah. And that's the stuff that is really hard to explain to another person, which again is why for me, I go back to that thing of people can have all sorts of things going on. And we all get up and we go out into the world every day.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to know all the things that they have going on. You should just accept them where they are. Just meet everybody where they are that day. So if they look like they're a little sluggish, or maybe you should offer to carry the bag. Maybe they need to put the bag down. I mean, that's kind of where we're at. And for me, that was the hardest part. Like, I never thought, I was like, no, Mom, I'm fine. She's like, do you understand you're not fine and you have bronchitis? And I was taking care of 3 kids. I thought it was okay. I went to the doctor. He was like, there's a bed for you at the hospital.
Wow.
But it's that I have to be okay, and getting yourself to the point where it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And say it.
Exactly.
And let people in. That's the biggest piece in the whole process for me. Was I was so concerned with not feeling weak or having people see me differently that I focused on the fact that I had to be so much more. No, I can take care of this. I can do that. And I can have dinner on the table.
Right, because we're moms and
I
we're
was just gonna
magical.
say, it's that,
and I'm sure
it's that mom and dad attitude.
Right. Like, I'm not a dad, but I'm a mom. And I'm sure dads struggle with the same thing of, I need to do this and provide and be there. And the moms need to provide and get it out there and carry the kids to where they need to be and carry babies and all of the things, and everything's okay. And especially now in social media, because everything is great and wonderful, right?
Right.
But look behind my camera and it's a hot mess.
Exactly. Well, and I like how now in a lot of ways you can have like the filter behind you.
Yep.
Like, you don't really see what's behind me.
Thank goodness for that some days.
I mean, it's so true. And it's not a gender specific thing of letting people in.
Yeah.
It really isn't. I think kids have the element of really feeling safe and needing to open up. And if we start there, if we start as people grow up, as kids grow up, making that more normal, then I think that's a great first step. But again, my mom and I just had that relationship. We still do. I mean, where I could take anything to her and we would kind of try and troubleshoot whatever was happening as best we could. I think we did not at the time have, internet, Google, AI like we do now.
Right.
So even still, there are decisions that I make health-wise, and it doesn't just happen. There's a lot of research. There's a lot of questioning. There's a lot of thought that goes into it because of CPT being different. So I take a pause on most things. Even in the studio, I teach a couple classes a week, not because I don't want to. Physically, I have to monitor the output.
Yeah.
So I have to be aware of what I can do and what my body will tolerate, in addition to all the other things. But I laugh because years ago I had a friend of mine, and they were like, "You're a really good facilitator. Like, you can put it all together. You can make the things happen." And so that's been the goal.
Mm-hmm.
I just want people to have a space where they feel safe, they feel seen, and they can ask the questions. I always say to clients when they come in, like, you can ask me. Odds are probably I'm not going to say no, but I am going to say, give me a second. I'll figure it out. Because if it's something that people are looking for in the studio space as a class, as a mindful offering, I want us to be able to think about that collectively and how we can make it happen. Maybe it has to morph into something else, but we need to find a way to get people talking about the things they feel they need.
So, crazy question with that. And I know it's a yoga studio, but mental health plays in a lot. Yoga helps with that. Do you, or have you thought about having like little support groups there as well?
It's definitely not out of the question. Yeah. I mean, one of the very first things, and I would say this was in the first 4 months of being open, I had people coming in asking if they could just do community events. Like, they did yoga. That was enough to pull them together and to have in common. But they just wanted to be in the space.
Okay.
They just wanted, and it wasn't a singular support group. They just wanted to support each other. Right. They just wanted to be around each other.
Yeah, the community.
Exactly. Yeah. I had clients on their own that wanted to organize dinner. Like, not necessarily in the studio, but because they felt the space that was being created was so special, they wanted to find a way to get us all together. Yeah. It's the idea that, like, currently right now, we have one of our clients is a retired art teacher. She does mindful art classes now once a month. But she brought those to me. That's the kind of interaction that I want in the space. The formats that we teach there are simply because I worked through life knowing that those were formats, modalities of working out that could be tolerated and not tear up my body. I can't go and do CrossFit. I can't burn out a specific muscle group. It has to be an all-encompassing workout. So I can, again, facilitate a format. I can put things out there, and then from that point, we're going to move it and tweak it according to what we need as a community. Mm-hmm. And that's so far what we've done. I mean, we're only a year and a half in.
All right. So 2-part question for you, especially only being a year and a half in. Why did you decide to start your own studio, launch your own studio? And because of everything you've been going through, I'm going to try to get it right, with CPT?
Yes.
I got it right. How scary was it?
It was super scary. It's still scary. Yeah. But here's the thing. If something doesn't scare you, is it worth it?
Especially in business.
So I think because it's scary to me, it means it matters.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It means I'm invested. It means I know I'm going to show up. That's what I want the community to understand and grow into believing in.
Yeah.
I don't expect people to walk in the door and believe that I'm going to be there and listen and have open arms and all the things. But through showing up, through expanding, mm-hmm. through having that continued dialogue of where are we, what are we growing into, I hope they start to believe in the process.
Yeah.
Why? I think the first part of the question was why did I open my own? Yeah. So I opened my own studio because I think there is a lot of, access in downtown, in Bel Air. There's a lot in that area. I wanted to kind of outreach into another part of the county. Aberdeen happened to be growing. And believe me, my family kind of knows the story. I was looking at a couple different areas. They didn't work out. This spot, it just happened. It was
calling you.
I will say it was divine.
Yeah.
It was a series of incidences that kind of happened and literally had me on the doorstep with the person who rents the property. I didn't call them. They just happened to be there when I showed up.
Oh, wow.
So I could not have planned that any better. I kind of took it as a sign.
Yeah.
And even in the path to opening the space, I had a lot of people seeing the vision, and I don't mean clients at the time. It was business people, whether architects or friends that knew me and they were builders and what have you. They were coming together and in rapid fashion saying, "Oh no, this has legs. I think where you're placing this makes sense."
Wow.
And then for me, it wasn't just about opening a studio space. It was really about immersing ourselves in the community that we're in.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that wherever we were, there was enough space that we could make an impact in that area, in that community.
And whereabouts in Aberdeen is it?
So we're on Churchville Road. We're in with the Dugout in Blackstone Plaza, right in front of Ripken Stadium.
Oh, okay.
The American Steakhouse. Yeah.
Where everything is.
Well, hopefully soon. Yeah, where everything is.
Yeah, the way they're built. Because now you have what? Tropical Smoothie, Screamin' Bean.
Yeah, Cold Stone's coming in. I think there's signs up for a diner. So there are a lot of things that are happening in that area. And the revitalization that they're doing in downtown Aberdeen, we partnered with Watchtower Brewery. So we have yoga in there once a month. And
okay, wait a minute. I have to ask. All right, in a brewery, how does yoga work? I guess they're not drinking while doing yoga.
No, and several breweries throughout the county do it. And I
really?
think,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I think it's a great way to make it accessible.
Yeah.
Which this is the goal. Let's make movement accessible. It's not about yoga specific, but that's an offering. So where can you meet people where they are? Why not a brewery?
All right, so it's not like goat yoga where guys are taking or women are taking a pint and putting it on their back and trying not to
No,
start.
they get the pint after. The pint's the reward.
Right.
So
just
you do the stretching, the bar opens, and the food trucks land. So it's
a great reward. I think you meet the people where they are.
Exactly. Yeah. And it really is about creating relationships.
Yeah.
So I find a lot of times now, especially where we're located, I want things to be a destination or an event.
Mm-hmm.
Come take your yoga class. Then you're going to go grab a smoothie. You're going to go grab coffee. You're going to go grab breakfast. Mm-hmm. Now you're spending time with your friends. So it makes it even more impactful when I watch clients come in, they grab their friends, they go after, and they're taking time. Me time, girlfriend time. Time to really sit with their soul and laugh with friends, and they've worked out for an hour. To me, that's the bigger picture.
So how soon before you have to get a bigger space?
Well, I think we have more growing to do for sure.
All right, so because you're in a prime location, and with the way they're building up there, because I think, what lands were sold, right? They're putting housing there.
Every time I turn around, though, behind us, there's more being built, which isn't a bad thing.
But you also, and which is going to lead me into the one area that you teach, especially with Tammie here. She has kids, about to have another one too, because you do the children's yoga, which I want to get into. But with Ripken Stadium being there, and they do, all the Little League baseball events.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have you gone and talked to somebody that runs that? Because those kids doing yoga with baseball, stretching and everything. You know what? I didn't give her daughters here, but didn't want to talk. You're doing yoga, but you're very athletic.
Yeah.
So have you talked to them? Because I think that's just like a win-win.
So I think for what their specific setup is, the kids, it's a lot harder.
Okay.
And I just speak in that sense from the sports parent.
Mm-hmm.
You're coming in, your children are there for a specific function, not necessarily taking them to do yoga because they're on their training program that their coach has them on. You could, yes. And there are health days at Ripken's Stadium. So we have a couple folks now that are, I think, that work those events that are trying to bring us in and tie us in. There are some different organizations that we're partnering with in the area to do wellness events as well. We do have parents that come from Ripken Stadium events and the ballpark training fields with the kids there that are there for the weekend. And the moms are looking, or dads are looking to not sit in the stands all day long. So they'll get up first thing, they'll come and try out a class. And then they know that it's there when they come back. So it does fit the bill.
Yeah.
I think for the drop-ins and the pop-ins, it's a lot harder when folks are in and out for the weekend. However, they're opening Goddard, I know, right behind us.
Really?
Yeah. I'm telling you, Aberdeen as a whole is expanding so quickly, and it's exciting because if you talk to the folks in the community, it is what they want. Mm-hmm. They want to see small businesses. They want to be able to support them. They want more diversity in the offerings that are there for them. It's easier, right? Gas prices, the whole thing right now. People don't want to have to travel super far to entertain. So if you have it all now in your own backyard, like just in our complex, it's nails, you can do yoga, you can grab a bite to eat, and it's all right there. And for some of those homes, it's in walking distance. So we've now added the benefit of walking to and from your practice or whatever your event is. Grab a friend, you're doing that activity together. So the possibilities are endless on, I think, how we can shape wellness and making it part of our daily lives.
I think also you need to go talk to the Electricians Union, IBEW Local 24.
He's going to give me, here's the list.
Didn't they just, their name is on the stadium now. Electricians need yoga. I'll put you in contact with my son.
Okay.
He's with the union. It's like all these electricians need yoga. I mean, like him, he's just sitting on his butt all day.
He's going to love to hear this episode.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, really, thanks. I appreciate that.
But I'm messing with it. So, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but I think we all need some form of movement.
Yes.
That's a given.
Yoga's important.
But again, whether it's yoga, which of course I would love, but if it's not yoga, it's some form of movement.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of people, men especially, for some reason, you say yoga or meditation and they get scared. Oh, they don't think it's manly.
I think the other piece is most people go to, I'm not flexible.
That's what makes you flexible.
That is the first thing you hear.
It?
I'm not flexible. I can't do yoga. Yoga isn't about being flexible. And especially with our studio, it is about meeting you where you are. So we're a heavy prop-based studio. We use blocks, bolsters. We'll have straps in the classroom, bolsters if you need them, blankets, whatever to make the process accessible. I think walking in with an open mind is really where you need to begin. We have beginner classes. We have class offerings that kind of mix stillness and movement. So there's something that each person can find as a place to begin. But I think you have to have the open mind of walking in and asking questions. I tell people all the time, come on in, let's talk about it. Let's figure out where you would like to start, figure out what you're looking for, and then we'll tailor a week's schedule to what you need. I think the idea that one fits all is also not necessarily true. You don't have to do every single class this way. You can mix and match. So I think having different offerings of the way you move your body is really important.
So with the children's yoga, though, how young can they be to start?
6. So
Really?
Gabby is our kids mat yoga teacher, and she teaches, I always say we teach it in an authentic way so that the kids, as they grow older, are familiar with the poses, yet it's fun and engaging. So there are themes that they can relate to. She keeps them moving. There are fun activities that make it light and airy. So it doesn't have the, I think, focus that some people think a regular yoga class would have. Again, we're meeting kids where they are and their age, and it's an age-appropriate setting. And whether we do a craft at the end of the class or we start to talk about breathing and what we can do with our breathing, even with kids, it's starting the conversation. Starting the understanding that even in some of the props we use, they can see visually what breath can do, how it can slow you down when you're upset, how you can relax through yoga, through a certain pose. So it's starting to connect mind-body awareness for kids at a younger age, but making it, again, accessible where they are.
I think your kids would love it.
Oh, I think they absolutely would, especially so.
Claire, especially.
That's where I was going. Like, our family, we have openly raging ADHD, absolutely raging. That is, I am not ashamed to talk about it.
So.
My kids know. I tell them it's never going to be boring. It's always going to be exciting because you never know where we're going to go with this. But also trying to remind my kids that we have to slow down, and it's so hard because my brain has 8,000 tabs open all the time. So I think it could be so beneficial, especially for the littles, if they can be trained up from a young age to learn to take that time and breathe. And Claire has breathing techniques.
Breathing's important.
It's I read somewhere that, like on one of the memes or reels or whatever, and somebody said, you're always 3 minutes from death, but every time you take a breath, the timer resets. And like, I will never breathe the same again. It's so true. But how you breathe, and so Claire, we do work with her on breathing techniques, but I think it would be so good just for her to center, and my other ones too. My little guy is still too little. You're not ready for that yet.
So I will say,
You're listening to Conversations with Rich Bennett. We'll be right back. You know, if you're looking to grow your business in Harford County, look no further than the Harford County Chamber of Commerce. With over 700 members, they're dedicated to helping local businesses succeed. From networking events to business resources, they provide the support you need to thrive. Join today and start making valuable connections in your community. I did it. It's the best move I ever made, and definitely the best chamber I've ever been a member of. Visit harfordchamber.org to learn more. The Harford County Chamber of Commerce is your partner in business success.
the kid component is a large push with yoga for me. I've used it with all 3 of my children. It's something that even, I mean, you know, kids 8 years old, they would get worked up about something or they couldn't go to bed. So we've done all sorts of things. I mean, as far as breathing activities, we've done Kundalini, where you have the chanting, because it was rhythmic. It was vocal. It was something they could repeat, but it was calming. It would resonate with them. They could hear it. It was a lifesaver at times because they started to understand. And it was one way where, again, whether it's ADHD or whatever, anxiety, whatever the children are working through. It was the one way that I could reach them in those moments. There's a lot of talk, I think, when you refer to kids and that lid kind of flips and there's this space where you have to wait for them to kind of regulate and come back down. For our house, the breath work was where I could kind of connect with them, where I could get them to make eye contact, where I could level out the nervous system and help them, and then give them the tools to take with them out in the world.
Yeah. Wow.
So there's so much depth to what you can do with the mindful components in yoga that I think starting small by just having conversations and introducing things in little pieces with kids, it's great. It's also, if you tie in the aerial yoga piece, you take it to a different level, and then they're doing something that not every kid is doing.
So the kids can do the aerial yoga as well?
Yeah, and
wow.
Well,
Claire
they're
really
so
wants
flexible.
to do
There's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the bonus with kids. They have all this flexibility. They also have that inquisitive nature of, well, what is it? What do you do? They just absorb. So if we put it in front of kids and we show them the pathway, they will embrace it.
Man, shut up.
All of my kids, again, I had an instructor years ago, Kim, she's at my studio now, and my kids, I mean, I think they were 4. Mia was probably 6, and I had them in fabrics at a very young age. And again, they've continued to do it. There's, at the end of an aerial class, yoga is shavasana. So at the end of an aerial class, we call it cocoon. So you lay in the fabric in a hammock.
While hanging.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be falling asleep in that thing.
But it's so relaxing to finally have that moment at the end of class. But for kids too, it's great because they're fully suspended. So they can stretch, they can lengthen, they can wiggle. And it's something that's theirs. It's different. It's a different way to show strength, to show the body to slow down, to listen, to pay attention, follow direction.
I was going to say, it also builds up your arm strength, I would think, really good.
Yes, aerial yoga is the one spot where, for us, it's where you're going to get more upper body strength.
Yeah.
A lot of times we focus on pushing in classes, but definitely even with adults, we're pulling. So that's something that you don't walk in and start. We build. We build through different classes, drills and skills, I'll call them. And then eventually you add on. Kids start really young, so they're used to pulling themselves up, monkey bars, playgrounds. So
Santa's
this just
beard.
keeps that Santa's that too. So it just keeps movement going. But again, making it fun and interesting.
I told you before we started, because I've had other people on that teach yoga, but I think you're the only studio I've heard of that has children's yoga, that teaches children.
I mean, there are definitely other places for kids in Harford County. I always think people should try anything and everything for kids, anything that's accessible, and to find what fits, right? There's no perfect thing for any child.
Right.
Find what your kids enjoy. Find what calls to them, what makes them feel strong, independent, where they have joy and laughter and they build self-confidence and strength in the physical part. That's the bonus. Yeah.
All right. So aerial, children's, what other type of yoga? Because I know there's all kinds of yoga.
Asking for a friend. Do you do prenatal?
Actually,
yes. Come on. That's a thing?
It is a thing. So again, Gabby, who teaches our children's classes, is going to be adding prenatal yoga to the schedule. Again, It's just supply and demand. So
starting this summer before, say, September.
Yes.
Again, asking for a friend.
Yes.
Who may or may not be due in early October.
Starting very soon. We're very excited. There are, beyond prenatal yoga, there are more things that we're adding to our schedule and our calendar in July. So evolving as people is very important. As a studio, it's equally important. We had phone calls asking about prenatal yoga. So,
really?
Of course,
Well, thank God you got the fire department right down the road.
I know. I don't want to deliver in this studio. That's just not. It's not on my must list.
I'll be getting a call from Tammie. Hey, Rich, guess what happened while I was at yoga today?
She's like, I really like this place. I felt so comfortable.
Baby came out and just grabbed on right to the silks.
A natural.
Straight to child's pose.
Oh my God. I didn't know that was a thing, prenatal yoga.
And it's great, really. It's wonderful for mothers to do before. It's just important that you're guided and you're instructed in a safe way. And again, it is about listening to your body. Every pregnancy is different. Every woman's different when they're going through it. So it's becoming aware of your body and having someone that's knowledgeable and knows where you are in different trimesters. We will be adding that to the schedule. I gotta ask, how long has prenatal yoga been around? Or is that something new? No, I mean, it's been around for a while because I think the idea is it focused as prenatal yoga now? Yes. Have women practiced yoga until they shouldn't?
Yeah,
Sure. I mean, it's usually like doctors will sit out there and tell you, oh, you should do yoga while you're pregnant, or at least at some point if you were doing it beforehand. So it's always one of those things that I think if women have a natural practice, they'll adjust the yoga throughout the pregnancy to suit their needs.
Okay.
Now it's more focused that it's prenatal yoga, it's class specific. So you're also building a support group by having it as a specific class. So you have that kind of community within instead where maybe you would just go and take a yoga class and be in the room. You would kind of have that conversation with the instructor before you practiced. I think now it makes it more focused so that you can have a larger support group, a bigger network.
You're going to be signing up right away, aren't you?
Yeah. So I've always just done yoga at home with videos and stuff, especially through my pregnancies, because even
videos
down to
probably with her mom.
Just for breathing through labor and just Braxton Hicks and everything that you have that comes up. But it's been very helpful for me. So I know, but also I've always thought, I don't know if I want to go to a yoga class while I'm pregnant because it's the adjustments in the middle and you don't want to be different. Like we talked about earlier where obviously people can see that I am, just about to be in my third trimester. There's no hiding it anymore. But, you just have to, how far do you push yourself? Or I want to keep up with the rest of the class.
And that's not just with pregnancy. I mean, it's really with anything. You want to be able to go to a class ahead of time and have a conversation with an instructor and at least have them aware of whatever you have going on in the body. So I also think that that's important to be in a place where you don't feel like you're going to walk in and you can't say something or you're uncomfortable making an adjustment in class. Then that kind of maybe not be the space where you want to be. But I think if you're walking in and making adjustments and you have an instructor that's working with you through the entire process, I think it's something that everybody should stay with as long as they can throughout pregnancy.
Now, do you guys have a newsletter so people can sign up and they're notified when these new classes come up?
So I do everything through Instagram, through Facebook, social media mostly.
So you're letting them know one way or another.
Yeah, we'll do our event posts.
Right.
So at the beginning of the month, and then we'll put those up on social media so they're there for folks to see. We'll have them on the chalkboard in the studio. We post them on the door. We do what we can to kind of let people know. I'm a chatterbox about what's going on in Aberdeen itself and the studio. And then we'll do announcements in class. So I think it's always about how we can grow and change. So of course, we add those classes as people come in and they're like, chair yoga was another one. Folks were calling and asking. So of course we added chair yoga.
Chair yoga?
Yeah, that got added, I think a couple months ago, actually.
What
I think
is
we're in our
chair
third
yoga?
or fourth month. So chair yoga just uses a chair as a form of support. It also helps limit actually getting up and down for those with mobility issues, or you can use the chair as an additional support if you're standing and using it for balance. So we have that on the schedule once a month. Again, Audrey's our teacher for that. So she comes in and we'll set the chairs up. So we provide those props.
I guess somebody in a wheelchair could do it too, depending on their mobility part.
Yes, I don't see why not.
Okay.
I think
That's good.
it's all in meeting people where they are and being having as much communication with someone as possible. So letting us know what you're looking for. We have a lot of clients who will call and they'll ask those questions. Is this accessible? Can I do this? Would this class be suited if I've had these procedures? So we try to walk.
Oh, wow.
We try to walk people through what would be the best course. And of course, they're working with physical therapists and they're working with their doctors on what they're released to do. So in certain circumstances, there are ways to make movement accessible.
Do you ever get special instructors in, like Diamond Dallas Page, for example, or any other ones? And if you told
not yet, no one's banging on the door.
I'm going to be upset.
Not yet, no one's banging on the door to come and be a guest instructor. I welcome it. Again, it's about the experience. Yeah. So whatever we can bring to the studio that kind of changes the game for our clients, I'm all for it.
All right, so chair yoga, aerial yoga, kid yoga, goat yoga. Well, you guys don't do the goat yoga. But
we don't do goat
I've
yoga.
Heard of goat yoga, puppy yoga, all of that.
Sound immersions, a sound bath.
So you guys have that?
We do those.
Really?
Yes.
I was just
restorative.
Talking about that with somebody.
So all passive poses to help reset the nervous system. I
gotta get up here.
We try to keep a well-rounded space. So the goal is to really, again, we'll provide a general format.
Yeah.
And then we fill in the needs where they show up. So as they're requested, as folks are like, oh, hey, have you thought about, sure, why not?
How big is this place?
Our studio, it's a single studio. So the schedule gets pretty tight at times, but we have, 650 square feet.
That's it?
Yeah.
And you have the sound immersions thing and everything in there?
Yes.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun. So like last month we did Sound in the Silks. So we had our clients come in and they were in cocoon. So they're laying in the fabric. And then we had our sound specialist, Anna, was in and she did the entire sound immersion while everybody was suspended in fabric. Ooh. So it changes the way the vibrations bounce in the room. You also have the ability, I think, in the cocoon or in the fabric to kind of let the world drop away. Yeah. It's a little more isolating so that you can kind of focus on yourself.
I love that. That's one of the things, because when I meditate, I got to have the Tibetan bowls playing. And just, you get that going and it just, oh God, it feels so good.
So our studio space has open ceilings because of the fabric. So the sound, when you have a sound immersion in there, just carries. It's so
not that
big.
carries, but yeah.
It's a big sound. And then when you take it to the tiniest whisper, it gets shocking that you still can feel the vibration because it's bouncing in the room in so many different places.
One Love, Mind, Body. How'd you come up with that name?
So I think the best way to explain it is the idea yoga brings everything together. My goal, my idea is to have everyone feel welcome. It's just that simple. It's one love.
I love that.
To bring everybody into a space, we're all there because we love ourselves enough to show up. I think the mind-body piece speaks for itself.
Self-explanatory, yeah.
I think if I just said yoga, it makes it one thing. But I wanted it to be all things. I didn't want us to just take a path of we're only yoga.
Right.
I wanted us to be able to expand. I wanted us to be able to find different ways of moving and dive deeper into what that looks like, what the community needs, what the response was. And I think so far it's working.
You are very big on community. I love that. That is awesome.
Yeah. I think the goal is that we need people.
Yeah.
We need to be able to walk into a room and see at least one familiar face. Mm-hmm. It makes walking into that room so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had somebody outside this studio the other day. The door was closed. I was talking to her on the sidewalk and she was asking me questions and I kind of giggled because I'm like, yeah, it is what's behind the door. So if you don't have a friend that's on the inside of something, it is harder to know. It is harder to open the door.
Yeah.
If we can take that and build a bigger community and have people that enjoy being there, and then they're going to spread the word and they're going to bring a friend, we're one person at a time kind of making the move for a community, a bigger thing, and movement. So you're having one person plant the seed for someone else to say, oh, hey, yeah, did you see this space? And then they'll come in. And then maybe that person then talks to the next person and is like, oh, I went to this sound immersion. What's a sound immersion? So we start taking each other on a journey. That's why I think community is important. We learn from each other. And there's security in having a friend or a buddy when you go in to do something. And then not only is there security, but then you leave and it takes us back to where you're having coffee. So you're feeding your soul.
Yeah. I love it. Do you actually, because you're very good at speaking, do you go out and talk to groups? I don't mean networking groups. I mean like different organizations and all.
No.
You need to.
I have not been invited to do that yet.
All right, those of you listening, okay, I'm talking about your American Legions, especially anything dealing with veterans, rap, all that. Get a hold of Nicole, Lions Clubs, let her come talk to you because everybody could use yoga.
But that's the piece that's important too. We're so close to the military base, and most of our clients have some connection that really dialing in to what's happening with the military locally and being present and being a constant for people who work on base and have gone through so much.
You have Perry Point VA Hospital right across the river too.
And that's the piece, is it where there are so many people who are connected through the military, through teaching, through EMS, and to then come there and have people that they can kind of, oh, you work here? Is this where I watch it happen in the lobby all the time? And they would have never had those connections. They would have never found that support had they not been in that space. So it's also an area where, to a certain extent, there are people that are here on contract.
Yeah.
So when you have folks that are in the area, we've also been a great resource because they come here and it's great. You get put up in a nice spot. You're here for 6 months. What do you do now? So we become a resource of what's around: farmers markets, fairs, festivals, places that you should go check out, hiking trails. It's also then a touchstone for them to make connections while they're here, for them to feel grounded, and also then get some movement when they're putting in 12-hour days. So we're in a location that has the ability to benefit a lot of different organizations, a lot of different, I think, job circuits.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be exciting to see where we grow. Of course, you talk to me, and my theory is, well, we just keep going. We just keep adding.
I can see within 5 years, you're going to need either a bigger space or you're going to have more than one location.
Well, I have certain clients. If she listens to this, she'll know I'm talking about her, who have already made plans for additional space. So fingers crossed that those things happen.
It'll happen.
But again, for me, my mission's simple. It's really about bringing people together and moving, whatever that looks like for you. I'm happy to be able to be part of someone's journey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be the only part of your journey. It's move in ways that make you happy, find something to feel strong about, and put positivity out there.
Yes.
Getting up is just half the struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So recognize too, and that goes back to the earlier piece, recognizing that everybody's working through something. Everybody comes in with a story. I don't need to know your story, but I need to welcome you with open arms.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'm just happy they're there.
Your story is amazing as it is. Mm-hmm. And I want to thank you for sharing that. But Tammie, do you have anything? Don't go into labor right now.
Not yet.
And you're due when? I'm sorry.
Not for a while.
We have time.
Right. Yeah. Early October. Yeah. I just was at a doctor's appointment this morning. Everything is where it should be.
Yeah, wait till you're at Nicole's.
Yeah, right.
Or you want to book me for? We'll record sometime in like mid-September. At that point, it could be go time.
I just can't wait Santa can't wait to be holding the baby.
Oh,
there you go. Double babies, because you'll have my sisters too.
Oh my word. It'll all be here before we know it.
It will be.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
December's right around the corner.
Well, my kids keep reminding me that, we're almost halfway to Christmas. And this is what I think I'd like. One of them, she hasn't even had her birthday yet.
Oh my word!
Have your birthday first. See what you get, and then we'll build your Christmas list.
Kids are planners, though. They're going to have it itemized and the stock number where you can find it.
Oh, exactly where to find it. So I have to ask: are you a Bob Marley fan also with the One Love, or like I totally see like where One Love, but also Bob Marley?
I won't lie.
She said Bob who?
Right. That would be bad. No, I won't lie. It was actually the year the movie came out.
Oh, okay.
So I went. I saw the
Bob Marley movie. Okay.
Yeah. The movie about Bob Marley had come out, I think, in February, whatever year I was tossing around the studio name, and the message was clear. It's just about people coming together.
Mm-hmm.
So what better way to kind of drive it home? But yes, so last year we were at a concert and I had One Love performed live, and it was just a moment of being able to stand there, listen to the song. I believe it was Ziggy singing it live.
I was going to say, how in the world did you go to a Bob Marley concert?
But that was the piece, to stand in that moment with all the people singing those lyrics,
just like a full circle, like
it's a full circle moment, but you can also just feel the love.
Yeah.
And the capacity that we all have for it, and community itself. So to me, it makes sense.
It makes complete sense to me. So
I'm jealous. I wish I was at that concert.
It was a good time. I was with my girls, so a lot of fun. But yeah, some people always questioned why not put yoga in the title. I was always the one going, why does it have to be so obvious?
Right. Or don't pigeonhole yourself.
Right,
People, it's only yoga. I don't want to, go there.
I see that all the time with podcasts. People put podcast in the title of their show.
Yeah.
Like, we know it's a podcast. You don't need to put it in there. Yoga, you're more than yoga. And it's like you said, if it's just yoga, then people are going to think that's just it.
We had a framework, and now I just keep broadening the framework. So yeah, I think it's when you don't want to be pigeonholed.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I don't think any of us should be pigeonholed.
No.
Try all the things.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. All right, Nicole, do you have anything to add before I get to my last question, which you're going to choose?
Ooh. I think, no, let's hop to the last question.
Well, no, what do you mean you don't have anything to add?
Well,
something very important. What's the website?
Oh, our website, all of the things. One Love Mind Body. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook. Our website is just that, One Love Mind Body.
One spelled out.
One spelled out, all one word. I tried to keep it all the same anywhere you type it in.
Before you pick the last question, I have to ask you this. I'm going back to the beginning. Musical theater. Did you ever go? I know you didn't go to New York, but you ever?
I did.
You did. You went back to New York?
I went right from high school. So I graduated in May. I left and moved in June.
So you got a degree in musical theater.
I was halfway through my conservatory program in New York, and they brought me home.
No, that's what I mean. But
yeah.
Did you finish?
I didn't get to finish.
Okay.
No.
Any plans on?
On finishing?
Yeah.
I think at this point, life has taken me in a different direction, which, again, I tell my kids all the time, embrace the journey.
Yeah.
I understand now why things happened the way they did. And I think that's part of my journey is understanding where that next chapter took me. So...
And you're happy.
Yeah, that's the whole piece, is it's finding yourself throughout your journey. There's no right way. There's no wrong way. Just keep walking through the doors.
And that's why I brought that up, because a lot of people, they have a goal, especially after school and everything. So they're like you wanted to get into musical theater.
Yeah.
Your journey took you a different path, and you're happy, and you're making other people happy as well. And I think that's something that a lot of people have to understand. Sometimes that journey is going to take you on a different path, and it's for the better.
And that's the key. Is it always defined by better? I define it as you're where you're supposed to be.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I think I don't ever look at it now that had me lose something.
Mm-hmm.
It changed a course. And now I'm where I'm supposed to be. So in 5-10 years, that'll be where I'm supposed to be.
Right.
Because I just kept walking through the doors. I just kept asking questions. So that's what makes life interesting to me, is the fact that we as individuals are always learning. I think you and I talked about it earlier. We're always trying to learn something new, level up, as it were, or understand something about ourselves. If I wasn't on that path, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah.
So because I kept kind of evolving and learning and rolling through the weeds as best I could, I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Great.
I like to call it the scenic route through life.
Oh, I like that.
That's what I have always said. I take the scenic route. Just see where it goes. Go through that door. We don't have to just stay nose to the grindstone the whole time. If you do, what are you going to miss? Like,
exactly.
Go through the door and take the chance, take the risk. Go take the class. Sign up for it. You listened. You heard Nicole's voice. She sounds very friendly. Even if you don't have a friend that you know in the room, go through the door.
That's how you make friends.
Yeah.
That's how you make friends.
Walk through the door.
All right, Nicole, I need you to pick a number between 1 and 5.
Well, 3 is my number.
3. Zoe spoke. All right, now.
Next time she gets a mic.
Now I need you to pick it. Oh.
Oh.
No, because this block, I got it in blocks.
Uh-oh.
Values, purpose, and definitions of life.
I mean,
oh my
So
word.
now pick a number between 41 and 60. And just to let you know, I don't know what these
49.
questions are. 49.
Is that a... Oh, because she's 29?
Yes.
Yes, that's a good one.
I missed something here.
She should have had a mic.
Oh, okay. All right, so I guess this goes with it, right? So she doesn't know I'm lying.
Okay. Nope. I see
Here,
it right
go
there.
ahead.
Oh, okay. Number 49.
Oh, holy cow.
What does it mean to truly know someone?
Wow. Deep. You saved that for the end?
Oh, I got 100 different questions here. I'm not going to ask you all 100. I only asked to guess one.
For me, to truly know someone, again, I think I say it over and over. It's to really accept them as they are. To see them, to embrace their imperfections, to love them no matter what, but also to show up as their friend.
Yeah.
I think to know someone, you have to be able to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe on any given day, it's meeting people where they are. It truly is.
Yeah.
Because we all have facets to ourselves that we're going to hold back, even to your best friend, even to your partner. You don't need to know all of those things to truly know a person, but you need to be okay with how they show up.
Yeah.
And I think lead with an open heart. So as long as you're taking in what people are saying to you and you're not trying to change them or force an answer, then people will allow you in and let you see maybe the less perfect Instagram versions of themselves.
That's a great answer. God, you're good at this. Those of you listening, this is her first time on a podcast. Which I think she was lying to us. Nicole, thank you so much. Tammie, thank you. And thank you for not having the baby today while we're recording.
Oh, my word. I feel like I'm in now. Now I want baby updates. Like, there has to be a baby blog. I want the Christmas card.
I get them. Today's episode wasn't just about yoga. It was about life. Nicole's journey reminds us that sometimes the path we planned isn't the one we're meant to walk. What began with unanswered medical questions and years of uncertainty became a mission to help others discover strength, healing, and connection. She showed us that wellness isn't about being the strongest person in the room or being able to touch your toes. It's about listening to your body, taking care of your mind, and giving yourself the grace to grow at your own pace. I also love something Nicole said throughout our conversation without always saying it directly. Meet people where they are. We never know what someone else is carrying. A little kindness, a little patience, and a little understanding can make a bigger difference than we realize. Whether you've been practicing yoga for years, have never stepped onto a mat, or you're just looking for a healthier way to handle the stresses of everyday life, I hope this conversation encourages you to take that first step. Maybe it's trying a class. Maybe it's practicing a few minutes of mindful breathing. Or maybe it's simply giving yourself permission to slow down. Whatever your journey looks like, remember, you don't have to have it all figured out before you begin. And I have to say, after hearing about aerial yoga, sound immersions, children's yoga, chair yoga, and even yoga at a brewery, I'm starting to think the only excuse left is I haven't signed up yet. Although knowing me, if I tried aerial yoga, they probably have to untangle me before the class was over. A huge thank you to Nicole for sharing not only her expertise, but also her incredibly personal story. And of course, thank you to my wonderful co-host, Tammie Wingrove, for helping make this such a meaningful conversation. Tammie, we're all officially on baby watch now. And who knows, by the time many of you hear this episode, there may already be another little listener in the world. And we can't wait to meet the newest member of the family. Until next time, I'm Rich Bennett. Thanks for listening. And remember, every great conversation starts with someone willing to listen and someone willing to share. And now it's your turn. Join the conversation by sharing this episode, leaving a comment, or reaching out to me directly. Take care, be kind to one another, and I'll talk with you again soon.